Is everyone here? A very good evening to all of you. Welcome to Mystery Debate 2020 organized by Generic 4, Curisihe. Before the competition commences, let me read the summarized rules and regulations. First, the debate session will be conducted involving two teams, the proposition team, government, and the opposition team with 4 speakers each. Second, the first speaker is the leader of the team. Third, the second leader is the deputy leader of the team. Fourth, the third speaker is the proposition or opposition whip. Fifth, the fourth speaker is the proposition or opposition reply. During the competition, a debating topic will be given by the chairperson from the range of topics given. 7. The stand of the team to be proposition or opposition will be determined by the chairperson simultaneously. 8. Each team is given 10 minutes for discussion phase. 9. Each speaker is given 5 minutes for presentation phase. 10. A single ring to signal the half time for both discussion and presentation phase. 11. 2 rings during the last 30 seconds for both discussion and presentation phase. 12. 3 rings to signal time up for both discussion and presentation phase. 13. The speakers can utilize any form of information searching device such as mobile phones, articles, books, etc. to find information regarding the topic of the debate. 14. The debater can ask for clarification or definition of the words in the topic given. 15. Throughout the competition, points of interest or information (POI) are short interjections in the form of questions that can be asked by the speakers. 16. To interject, one must raise their hand or manifest any polite gesture before offering a question of POI to his or her opponent courteously. 17. If the opponent allows the interjection, the speaker can start presenting his POI immediately. The POI is usually 15 seconds long or about 2 sentences. The speaker should respond to the question. 18. The speaker can reject the interjection by saying no, thank you, or no at this time, or any other form of rejection. 19. POI must not be open-ended or lead the argument of topic. There are no limits to the amount of POI to offer. 20. Debaters must wear appropriate and presentable outfit throughout the competition. 21. Debaters must use proper greeting and use proper grammar during the presentation. 22nd, no foul exchange or language is allowed during the argument or presentation. And the last one, the competition will be recorded as well as uploaded on Generic 4 Curisihe YouTube channel to be evaluated by the panel of judges. Now, let me introduce and determine the stand of speakers from both teams. The government or proposition team will be Terabai Pawaka from team 1. The first speaker is Nur Afza Farhana binti Ambo. The second speaker is Nur Ardini binti Noh. binti Noh. The third speaker is Katrun Nada Farida binti Kalam Hamidi. And the fourth speaker is Siti Fatimah binti Seruja. The opposition team will be Sundang Swasa from team 2. The first speaker is Muhammad Afiq bin Zawawi. The second speaker is Aisyah binti Muhammad Faisal. The third speaker is Nur Fahana Mardia binti Zubairi. The fourth speaker is Brian Bong. I, Hana Blasanova Nagimbun, will be the chairperson. Nurin Fatin Nabila binti Muhammad Zahir will be the timekeeper, and Nurul Syafiqah Akasha binti Sahad will be the meeting host. The debating topic is public college should be tuition fee free. The debating topic is public college should be tuition fee free. Do you guys hear?
Excuse me, can you repeat?
The debating topic is public college should be tuition fee free. Is it okay?
Public be tuition fee.
Public college should be tuition fee free. Okay, now the speakers are given 1 minute to ask for clarification or definition of the words in the topic given.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the topic?
The topic is public college should be tuition fee free. I've written it in chat box.
All right, thank you.
Welcome. Speakers from both teams, are you ready? 10 minutes discussion phase starts now. time's out. Without further ado, may I invite the first speaker from the government, Nur Afza Farhana binti Ambo, to present her speech. Nur Afza Farhana binti Ambo, you may present your speech.
Okay, wait.
Can you open your camera?
Sure.
Okay.
So, good evening to the respected chairperson, cautious timekeeper, honorable judges, and fellow debaters. Welcome to this debate. So, I am the Prime Minister and will be the first speaker of the government bench. So before I put forward my case today, which is given that our motion is public college should be tuition fee free. So, first of all, what is college? So, college is an educational institution or an establishment in particular one to provide higher education or specialize in professional or vocational training. Okay. So our stance here that we want college students to get free education. Okay. So in short, our motion today is about equality in education. Okay. So today, I as the Prime Minister will be the first speaker of the government and will present one argument. Okay, so my point here is public college should be tuition fee free because we want to give the chance for students from various financial backgrounds to get equal education. So as we all know that not every person have a good financial. So that here by making the tuition fee free, we can help students with financial problems to get education too. Okay, so to elaborate my point here is, so by giving free education, we can improve the society. So how improve society become involved in this point? Because like when people are more educated, they can solve problem better and they become more open-minded. And then having equal education will
Miss, PI, Miss.
will make students become more mature,
Miss,
especially
PI,
in
Miss.
young.
PI?
Sorry.
PI?
No, thank you. No, thank
Alright.
you. I will continue my elaboration. So education makes maturity in younger generation. It is because education makes younger people to know what they really want to pursue in the future. So we know that, like for example, like a person who was highly qualified to enter like medical course, but due to their financial problem, they can't enter the college and gain tuition in the college. So by making the college tuition fee free, they can gain more and know what they want to pursue in the future. And then having equal education helps younger people to avoid from getting into social problems, such as partying or something like negative activities that could let younger generation into
UI,
problems.
miss.
No, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, what have I told you today? I have talked about the definition, and I have shown and highlight about one argument, which is we are giving tuition fee free so that students from bad financial background can have equal education. So that's all from me. I beg for you to oppose.
Okay, thank you Nur Afza Farhana binti Ambo for your speech. Now, I would like to call upon the leader of the opposition team, Muhammad Afiq bin Zawawi, to present his speech.
Thank you to the chairperson, and then a very good evening I bid to the panels of the educator and also my fellow opposition members and also the worthy timekeeper and also the government side. So basically, the motion itself stated that the public college should be tuition free, free fee. Okay, so before that, let me re-characterize the debate that has been characterized by the Prime Minister just now. We characterize the debate because there is a lacking in the characterization of the debate. So in our opposition team, we believe that the public college is an in-state ownership or receives significant public funds through a national or a subnational government. And then tuition fee is defined as a fee paid for the instruction, the teachers, and also the lecturer itself. But then, what is lacking on the government side is that they fail to characterize that should the tuition will be free in kind of fee. But we on the opposition side, we believe that we are okay for the public college to be free, but then under the circumstance and under the condition that is that the financial status of the student itself. Because we believe that if all of the financial status, which in the high financial status and then low status, if they are giving the free educational stuff, and we believe that this will be a lacking in the government side. Why? Because we believe that when this happen, okay, so this kind of low financial student, they are tend to suffer to get places in the college itself. So we characterize debate as this public college is free to a low financial student, and then we are going to make a payment for the financial for the student who have a high financial status. So that is how we characterize the debate today. So before that, let me go to the status quo in this debate. The status quo in this debate, or the stakeholder in this debate, is that the students. We know that the student itself is the most important thing in the debate because they are going to learn in the college itself. And then we have parents, and we believe that the parent itself are going to give out money for the students or to give out something we call as a financial to the student for them to study. And then we have the lecturer and also the government itself. And then our stand today is that we want to create an equity to every society. Why? Because we believe that it is not okay for the high financial status parents or students to have a free fee in the public college itself. And we believe that this will bring a good things to the debate right now. So within I give you my first rebuttal, which is the government stated that it will give chances to the students to study. Yes, we believe that education are really important nowadays, but we also believe that nowadays we have a lot of students, we have a lot of parents who have different of financial status. And we believe that this low financial status student and also the high, when they compete, we believe that if this high status student, if they opt to a college whereby this college has limited courses, and then the low status need to be in will be fighting to the place itself. This is what we call as the equity, because we believe that whenever you have the money, which is you are the high financial student, you should pay for the fee instead, because we believe that it is not fair for the low status, because every kind of students who have different kinds of status will go up to the public university in a free way. So we believe that this is not okay under our circumstance. So I'll tell you about my first argument, which is the high income will take advantages. Yes, after I have stated that the high income parents and also the students, and it is not fair for them because they have this kind of limited courses, and then they need to fight, and then we will never show something we call as things. So we also believe that the private college will suffer
Time's out.
from the enrollment decline. So what I have told to you that is two arguments, which is the high income will take advantage, and the second one is that private college will suffer enrollment decline financial. And then with that, I raise my case.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad Afiq bin Zawawi. Next, I would like to invite the second speaker of the government, Nur Ardini binti Noh, to deliver her speech.
Free tuition for public.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, right, good.
Yes.
Alright. So, we at the government bench strongly agree that public college should be free tuition fee. Before that, a very good evening I bid to all. As the second speaker, I will firstly rebate to the point from the LO side. Second, I will support the definition and point from my first speaker. Third, I will present my arguments in support of our stand in public college should be tuition fee free. And lastly, I will make comparison between both sides, which it will show to all that the flaws are at the other side. So, for the first thing that I will do is for the rebuttal. As the LO said that public college fee, they scope the topic to the free low student, which is should be get the free fee. But I do agree. But don't you know that? And he also said that we in Malaysia should give the fee to the higher status financial. Don't you know that in Malaysia there are actually only 12% that people who have high financial status, which means the rest, which is 78%, are having moderate financial and low financial status, which this is strongly show, this proof that public college should be tuition free fee.
Your Honor, Miss.
Sorry, let me continue with my speech first. So then as my first speaker said that to the public college should be tuition free fee because firstly it will improve the society. Firstly, which is it will give chance for the students for a various financial background to get equal education, which is I have just said like before. In Malaysia, there are only 12% who have high financial status. And yeah, it is not more than half. It is we cannot assume it as quarter as well, because not only more than 15%. So next, my first speaker point is okay, sorry. So I will go to my point, which is my first point is student debt will no longer crush the younger generation. As we can, for example, in this pandemic, which is it's been a very long, starting from December 2019 and until today, there's a lot of people who lost their job. And why public college should be tuition fee free? Because how can the student who come from the poor family, which mostly their parents have lost their jobs, can go and can afford to pay the tuition fee. So that is why no, thank you. That is why public college should be tuition free. And next, my point is that it will easier for them to get work if they have education. As I mentioned before, we all know that
Hello?
we all know that in nowadays it's very difficult for people to find a job, which is if we make the public college have to pay the tuition fee, how can the other, which is, as we all know that yeah, it's true that the other can afford, but we need to make the public college should be free, as we can help those people to get their job. So I beg to oppose.
Okay, thank you, Nur Ardiri Bitino. Then, may I call upon the second speaker from the opposition team, Aisyah binti Mohammed Faisal, to present her speech.
Can I start now?
Yes, you may.
Alright, okay, so good night to the judges, to the jury and stuff. So the topic for today is basically public college should be tuition fee free. And what I'm saying is that this topic is general and it's focusing on many types of students. And it's focusing on many types of different types of background. We have students with rich background. We have students with low side background and also every type of stuff. So the government is only focusing and is only making point towards the student with a low side income and is focusing only with the student with the background of poverty. We are making general statement right now, which is why it should be fee free, and we should conclude every types of student background, because this is involving every type of student. It doesn't matter the income. So my point is that why it shouldn't be free is because in this era, it's not an issue for families to invest in studies. It's a necessity. It's not something forceful like the other era, which study is an option. No, this is an era where study is a necessity. In order to grow, you need knowledge. So if we make it free, it will just make more students to take knowledge for granted. It will just make more students to take the knowledge for granted, as they won't know what the value knowledge is. If higher education at public schools become free, it might appear to devaluate a college degree. Certain degree would not seem valuable. Like this time, we can see that in this moment, there are valuable college. So if we make it free, every type of knowledge is in the same level. And there isn't anything that seems to make the value of a degree is important. Because learning is not easy. And if you make it free, you're just making every topic, every single study the same level. It might also lead to students cutting more classes or not trying because, something which is free, you won't value things. Like generally, not many people value things which is free. And because second off, when you make things for free, we won't know what the worth is. And when they are paid, because they aren't paying anything for it. No, thank you. The current price of college drives students to complete their schooling as quickly as possible so as to reduce the debt. So we must know that it involves a lot of things. So you can't just say that we need to make it free for certain reasons because there are many factors and you shouldn't just focusing this stuff only towards the background which is just like generally B40 or low side income. We should overall like the students with a rich because in this era, I don't think there are families with which has low income, but in this era, I can see that those are kind of like minority, like 40% and 60% of them are just B40 and above. So I feel like it's not a really big deal, and I don't think that's the point why public college should be made for free. Because even if you're B40, even if you have a low side income and stuff, you are given an opportunity to have a scholarship. No, no, thank you. No, thank you. You are given scholarship, which some other students are not getting it, like B40, like M40 and T20, we are not getting it. So I don't think the point where public college should be made tuition fee free. That's all for me.
I miss.
Thank you, Aisyah binti Muhammad Faisal. Now let's welcome the third speaker from the government, Katrun Nada Farida binti Kalam Hamidi, to deliver her speech.
This house believes that pub. Oh, I'm sorry. This house believes that public college should be tuition fee free. Assalamualaikum and very good evening to the chairperson, timekeeper, honorable judges, and debaters. I am the third speaker from the government bench. My task is easy. It is to strengthen the points from my prime minister and deputy prime minister, and to rebut all the points from the opposition bench. First thing first, my prime minister said that education should be tuition fee free because it will give chance to students from various financial background to have equal education. Because when students because we can give all the students to have equal education because they do not have to worry about the tuition fee every time they want to enroll to any public college. Second, my deputy prime minister says that if we have tuition fee free public college, it will be a debt free education. When students graduate with debt, they will likely continue to add their debt with interest. As such, it can take many years before they can manage to dig themselves out of debt that is only seem to keep growing. So in the meantime, this delays spending on such things such as buying their assets such as a house or a car. And then my deputy prime minister also said, no thank you. My deputy prime minister also said that if we have public college tuition fee free, we can give higher chance for the fresh graduate to get job as they have college education. And we all know that most of the companies nowadays requires at least a degree for vacancy. And then to rebut the points from opposition leader, the first speaker from the opposition bench said that free tuition should only be available for low-income students because it is not fair to give free education to high-income students because they will take advantage of that free education fee, which is why there will be an administration examination to qualify the students before they can enroll into the public college. And also, there are only 12% of Malaysian who has high financial status. And then the second,
Miss.
no, thank you. And then the second speaker from the opposition team said that education is a necessity, and if it is free, the degree will have no value. So are you trying to say that education must be expensive for our degree to have value? Are you trying to say that it will be meaningless to have education if it is free? And then the speaker from opposition bench also said that there are scholarships.
Miss.
Do you know? Yes.
Miss, yes or no, do you agree that if we are given, we on the opposition side, we given these people the chance to study, but then we think that it is fair for them, for the high sectors to pay, and then it is okay for them to go for public or they want to go to private. So we are okay for every circumstance.
No, I do not agree with your statement because you are creating a mindset that the high incomes students should go to private college because they can pay for it. Do you know that just because you can pay or afford it doesn't mean you have to have it? And then the speaker from the opposition bench said that there are scholarships for the low income students. Do you know that there are only 0.1% of students that gets scholarship? And then my point for why education should be tuition free is because you know that the advantage of having a free uh, the advantage of having free education fee is to encourage more students to graduate college. We all know that some students drop out because they do not have the ability to pay for tuition for their education. So getting rid of our tuition fee can eliminate the reason for not graduating. Means we can have a better quality of students, which is our future leader, because if we give them free education, they surely will do their best. Thank you.
Thank you, Katronada Farida binti Kalam Hamidi. Next, I would like to invite a third speaker from the opposition team, Nur Fahana Madia binti Zubairi, to present her speech.
Good evening to all. I am the speaker and I want to rebut for the point on why public college should not be tuition fee free. If the public college tuition is free, the student will have less motivation to study hard. If the student does not value their free education, also the chances that they will become less motivated increase dramatically. For example, imagine if you are a college student and you know that your parents spend less sums of money for their tuition. Chances that you will be quite eager to study hard to pay them back sooner or later. However, if there is no tuition fees, chances that the student will be more relaxed and do not have much motivation to study hard, since you know that the financial burden on you and your family is rather limited. So, by making the public college free, there will be an educational inflation.
POI?
No, thank you. With the free college education, chances that there will be a run on college. In turn, those education institutions would have rather hard time to those huge number of students with proper education due to the organizational problems. Moreover, If too many people attend college, the degree of each individual become less valuable. The same is true for the job opportunities for the college graduates. So that's all from me.
Thank you, Nur Fahana Mardia binti Zubairi. Now we are into the final phase of the competition. May I call upon the fourth speaker of the government, Siti Fatimah binti Serja, to deliver her reply speech.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, public college should be tuition fee free. So, before I go to further explanation, Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. So, as a reply speaker for for my team, which is government team, my job is easy. First, I will summarize the whole debate, which is public college should be tuition fee free, and then I will compare both both sides. Okay. Yes, I believe that we all have trying our best to prove whether that public college should be free or not. So, in our case, government, we should prove that public college should be free, right? So, um, these two is the important issues that happen in our debate today. So, our team, which our government team, um, believe that public college should be free. To prove that, we have provide several points, which is first, public college should be free to give chance for students from various financial background to get equal education. Second, students that will no longer crush the younger generation, and okay, that's okay. Um, next, about what? The opponent said that um, the high income will take advantage. So that's why public college should be free, because um, both people that have low financial background and high financial background will be equal. Okay. For if we look at the second speaker of the opposition said that she said that people do not value free things. So are you trying to say that people who have a low financial status would not appreciate the government help? I don't think that is why we have and make it equal for both low financial status and high financial status. Okay. Um. Okay. If we don't pay for education, we say that um. You say that if we don't pay for education, student will not study hard, right? So that means that is less motivation in students. So did you pay for your SPM? And no, right? You still try your best in SPM even that is free. Okay. So that's why if we taking all this into consideration, no. Taking all this into consideration, we as a government team strongly believe that public college should be tuition fee free. No. Okay. Thank you. No POI. That's all for me. We beg to pause.
Okay, thank you, Siti Fatimah binti Serja. Last but not least, let's invite the fourth speaker from the opposition team, Brian Bong, to present his reply speech.
Good evening. I bid to my fellow judges the proposition and the opposition. So the topic of debate that we have discussed today is whether public colleges should be tuition free. With that being said, I would like to represent the opposition by saying that public colleges should not be free, but only for the rich. This is our points had said that we want public colleges to not be free, but only for the people with higher incomes. This is because we want equality to everyone. We want everyone to have an equal shot at job opportunities and such. Now, I would like to highlight that the proposition reply had said that as we did not we never had we didn't pay for SPM, which motivates us to study hard. Now that is where that has nothing to do with if we pay with SPM, if we pay for SPM at all. This is because the reason we are motivated to study for SPM is not because we are paying for it, but rather SPM will make us qualify for colleges. Okay, so my next the next thing I'll be highlighting is that public colleges make the funds available, a lot of funds available for students. However, the government has said that higher education prevents the younger generation from engaging in negative activities. Now, won't students with richer income have more funds to engage in these negative activities such as drinking, smoking, etc.? And I would like to highlight that our government never said that it's a harm for the rich people to play. We just want the lower financials to have an opportunity. Now, the next thing I would like to highlight is that the proposition said that if public colleges are free, student debt will no longer crush the younger generations. Now, I would like to say that if through this, people will actually know, if students actually know how to manage their finance, they won't be crushed. Now, and that is a very vital skill to be learned in life. I would also like to highlight that education is not, free education is not worthy for interviews for vacancy. Now, I would like to say that this is the truth. Big brand names in colleges actually help you get jobs. Like, for example, if you're a student from maybe Oxford and a student from some other colleges, who would the hirer hire? Of course, the guy from Oxford. So that just about ends it up. I would like to highlight that. I feel that the opposition has balance in this debate, and that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brian Bong. With that, all the speakers from both government and opposition team have delivered their speeches. Kudos everyone. Please stay alert to any announcement by Generic 4 Kurisihe on official social media. And that's the end of our debate session. Thank you. You may leave now.